Guys, it's Light Spiral with the Dragons B5 Farmable team video. If you haven't seen any of these videos before, basically what I'm going to do is go through all 5 of the units, how to get them, what their purpose in the team is, and possible replacements. So I'll just get into that now. The first unit I have is the Water Magic Knight, or Lapis. You get this when you clear the Mount's boss stage for the first time. If you already used it as food, there's no way to re-obtain it other than just getting it through a mystical scroll. But if you already fed it, it's no problem, and I'll tell you why in a second. The next unit is Seek, the Fire Hellhound. You get this in like the first scroll you'll ever open in this game. But if you already fed it, it's fine. It's a natural 2-star, and so that means you can easily get it through unknown scrolls. And the Fire Hellhound in particular, you can get in the Fame and Volcano on any level, any difficulty. The next unit is the Light Inugami, or Bella Dionne. You can get this through a secret dungeon on the light day. So if you want it, just spend your time looking in these chat channels and just wait for there to be a Light Inugami secret dungeon. The next unit is the Gryphon, or Bernard. You can get this on any Timor Desert level on any difficulty, and it's a natural 3-star. And then the last unit is Nemea, the Water Garuda. Now you can get this, it's a natural 2-star, so you can easily get it from unknown scrolls, as well as it has a secret dungeon, I'm pretty sure. And so that's how you can get the Water Garuda. I'm not positive that it has a secret dungeon, but if it doesn't have a secret dungeon, that means it's available from one of the scenarios. I don't know which one though, if it is available from scenarios. So now I'll go over their purpose in the team. The Water Magic Knight, or Lapis, if you already fed her, the reason I was saying it was fine is because she's only in here to be a damage dealer. Any damage dealer that you have that's not wind will work just fine to replace Lapis. The Fire Hellhound, or Seek, has 2 purposes in the team. It's to deal damage and the attack buff. So if you want to replace him, you don't necessarily need the attack buff. All you need is just another damage dealer. The attack buff just helps to make the damage higher. But so with the Water Magic Knight and the Fire Hellhound, any damage dealer that's not wind can replace either of them. The next unit is Bella Dionne, the Light Inugami. The reason that he, she, whatever is in the team is just to heal. So replacements for this, any healer, you could actually use a wind healer, but it would have to just be a little bit more tanky because it's a wind healer in a fire dungeon. So I'm sure you could put 2 and 2 together and know why. The next unit is the Gryphon Bernard. Now I know this is a fire dungeon, but you can use him in here as even though he's wind. You're just going to need him to be a little bit more tanky for him to survive in a fire dungeon. I actually used Bernard in Dragons B10, which is also a fire dungeon, and he survives just fine. You just have to build him a little more tanky. And then the last unit is Nemea, the Water Garuda. The reason it's in here is for a full team cleanse. Now I'm going to emphasize full team. Stuff like the Water Fairy, Elucia, is not going to work to replace because it only cleanses one target. You need it to cleanse your whole team because, for those of you who don't know, the left tower puts on dots on your whole team, continuous damage. That is, for those of you who don't know what dots is. And if the dragon attacks you and you have continuous damage on you, the dragon's going to do more damage. So getting that full team cleanse is going to make it so the dragon doesn't do so much damage. And so replacements for Kona is literally anyone that does a full team cleanse. So like the Water Howl is like the first one that comes to mind for an easy to obtain full team cleanser. But there's a ton of them. There's like the Light Penguin, the Wind Bearman, the Dark Bounty Hunter. There's a ton of full team cleansers out there. So this team will work in Dragons B5, and it'll work with 100% success rate. It'll work if you have them all 4-starred with like at least 4-star plus 9 runes, and the runes I have are over here on this left side. Do I recommend building this team? Like I'm going to say in all of my B4 through B6 videos, I don't necessarily recommend building this team because this team will be very easy to obtain and we'll beat B5, B4, B6, probably even B7 and B8. Well, yeah, probably B7 and B8, but it's going to be a lot harder to make this team beat a higher level dungeon than some of the than other teams will. So what I'd personally recommend doing is, I would think that the fastest way to progress is to look at my B10 video and just strive for that team, because that team will beat all the dungeons B1 through B10 for dragons, not just B10. So that'll save you some time. That way you only have to make 5-6 stars, and then you can make clear all the dungeons. Whereas this team, if you were to build this, you'd have to build this team, and then for B10 you'd have to build another team. So that's what I have to say. Overall, I'm not saying don't build this team, and just to make that clear, I'm just saying that I would personally recommend figuring out a B10 team and just working at that, unless you're happy with just farming B7, B8, whatever dungeon that this team could get you to. This team might be able to beat B10, but it would just need really high rune requirements, so I don't recommend buildings for B10. But that's all for today though, guys. Be sure to tell me in the comments if there's any other dungeons you're having trouble beating, so I can make a video on them in the near future. And that's all for today though, so may the best year today's be the worst year tomorrow's.